You've reached the HubSpot Help Line. Help Line.
It's Rob, it's George, it's Casey, and Kyle. Come with a problem and leave with a smile. Every Friday at 3, come and join us as we help you with HubSpot. Open up your LinkedIn, just make sure you call in and leave a voicemail about HubSpot. Make your Friday divine with the HubSpot Help Line.
Welcome to the HubSpot Help Line. It's Friday at 3 Eastern. Rob couldn't make it today. I'm Sales Claus, and I'm joined by Chris Carolyn, like Christmas Carolyn, Casey Hawkins, who is currently incapacitated.
Where in the
and
heck
somebody who
am
made
I?
the nice list this year and every year, George B. Thomas. How are we feeling today, HubSpot experts?
Yeah, I was great until about a minute ago. What
I just want
is
to make
happening?
it very clear to everyone watching that this was not in the pre-show.
What? I've been here the whole
I
time.
don't know what
This-
we're talking
this was-
about. I'm happy to have a visit from Sales Claus here.
I'm glad Sales
Thank you.
Claus is here too, but Sales Claus was not in the green room. Let's just throw that out there.
Oh, don't tell lies, George. You'll get a lump of coal in your stocking.
Oh,
The
good
voice
Lord.
for me for some reason too.
If only my beard was as merry as Chris's, this would be the best Christmas ever.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, I thought I'd sneak this one in here on y'all. I mean, ho, ho, ho.
I enjoyed watching you set up.
I forgot that Chris had the preview.
Oh, you could see the preview? Yeah, I was panicked.
Yeah.
I actually practiced putting on all of this stuff earlier, and it didn't work as well. So, yeah, live demos. Am I right?
Oh, you are right.
Yep. Well, since our friend Kyle decided to go to the South Pole for today, what's been on everybody's mind today, so that we can get that out of the way and then jump into what I'm calling my 2025 HubSpot recap. It's every update. By the way, thanks Casey for the Claude file. Every update. And I decided not to editorialize so that I could leave that to the people on this call. Thought it was a good move.
I like it. That's like my style. So
Oh yeah.
I can appreciate that.
Yep. Lack of, what is it? Failure to prepare is preparing to succeed in Chris Carolyn's world.
Oh, my goodness.
That's just the logo.
Oh man, good to know you watch my stuff, Rob.
I do.
No, that's Sales Claus. That's not Rob.
Yeah.
That's
I'm having
Sales
trouble with
Claus.
this
There's a
damn
whole-
beard.
There's a whole jacket too, Rob.
Oh yeah, I got the whole fit. I can't find my mouth though. So if I sound weird, and I blame the costume. More so than usual. Chris, what would you have me do? Go ahead and lead with the HubSpot 2025 complete timeline review from every quarter, or should we ask George why he's so angry at Sales Claus for jumping into the platform and stealing the spotlight?
I'm not angry. First of all, I'm not angry. It's just when, like you're driving down the road and it's a clear road and you're like, I got the tunes turned up. The wind's blowing through my hair. You look down if you've got an old school car to turn the knob for a second. And then you look up and there's a deer right in front of your car. Like that's what happened from the green room to the start of the show. Not mad, just shocked.
That's what happened to Dancer. He's not been right since apparently you ran over him.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
it.
George is the one co-host that I don't know if he's gone one show with me without a prep doc. So he likes to know what's coming.
Oh, I've done some without a prep doc. Come on now. Why are we throwing shade at me just because I was surprised that Sales Clause was here? My
Oh, we
goodness.
never
Is
throw
there-
shade at you.
You just
there a
like to
prep
repair
doc
it.
for
That's
this?
all.
I am putting the doc now here in case anybody wants to look at it.
I think we do start with that HubSpot recap sales clause.
Oh, great. Because we'll also end up ending with it. It's 17 pages of awesomeness. We'll be bringing this right into the new year. Well, I mean, I think it's fitting because HubSpot did have a lot of stuff that they did this year. And we positioned it in 3 acts, Q1 and Q2, foundation building with AI, data architecture, and multi-count capabilities. Inbound, somehow we skipped everything until September. And then Q4, refinement, mobile apps, and production-ready features. My thought is to give the updates and let you jump in and cut me off, much like Dasher was, or Dance, whichever one I mentioned, was cut off by George's car recently. And we can see what you guys think about these. So there was some Breeze AI expansion. January to March 2025 is the first time period. Breeze AI expansion. AI is now embedded across emails, workflows, reports, forms, content creation. You can create and edit forms with AI. Auto-suggested personalization tokens, AI-powered reporting and insights. By the way, this is all stuff that happened this year. Data architecture, data model builder, renamed HubSpot Defined Objects, which philosophically, Claude said this was one of the key highlights of the year. We'd love to hear some input on that. Multi-account secrets. I'm hearing a lot of birds.
Yeah, birds.
Yeah, that's
and,
Chris.
Birds
That's
and
certainly
humans.
Chris.
Birds and humans happening.
Reporting updates, convert views to lists, one-click conversion, list performance, analyze tab revamp. Then there was some sales and ABM improvements. I know Chris loves ABM. Sales workplace, workspace enhancements, app cards and deal and target account sidebars, target accounts home redesign for email and events, apply activity logging defaults to external emails, workflow action, register contacts to marketing events, and then some strategic sunsets, lead scoring, F in the chat for lead scoring, ticket sentiment, company property sunset. This is where Q1. Does anybody even remember that far back?
No.
Okay, we can skip all of this and go.
Why
to the next
am I all of a sudden like feeling like your sales clause? I should have brought a beard. I could have been Rip Van Winkle. Of like, holy crap, that was so much stuff in such a little time.
And it was
Wait. When was the renaming of objects?
So I don't have specific dates, but I did. I took
the quarter.
the quarter Q1.
Sorry, I prepared this, so I knew you didn't have specific dates. I wasn't trying to like.
She was trying to get you, sales clause.
Oh,
Let
smarter
me
than that.
get him.
So yes, this was in Q1. Thank you. Shout out to the doc and the prompt. All I did was put it in a little more chronological order, which it eventually got there. But yes, the rename HubSpot defined objects, customized naming for contacts, companies, deals, tickets, and other core objects was in Q1, somewhere in January, February, March.
Because I don't know, it feels like just yesterday and forever all at once.
Yeah, it was like pretty soon after partner stuff in February. But yeah, it doesn't feel like that long ago. And it was, I'd say, one of the bigger ones of the year, like top 5 for sure.
Yeah. The shout out to my somebody on the nice list, Claude. Questions for the panel. An underrated update from Q1. I don't even know if we can remember that far back. So we can go to, I mean, it picked out renaming objects. Is this revolutionary flexibility or unnecessary complexity?
So first of all, I went to the internet, not to answer your question, but April 1st, 2025, rename HubSpot defined objects. now in private beta was the release date. Now, sorry, go ahead and ask what are the options that we think about this?
Yeah, this seemed to be one of the biggest quality of life feature, one of the biggest improvements of the year. And I missed it by one day. Shout out to April Fool's Day. People didn't even think it was real. But would you consider this revolutionary flexibility or unnecessary complexity? I feel like I know what everybody on this call will say because of the use cases we've seen for it. But let's argue. It is the holidays.
Not unnecessary complexity. Not revolutionary either.
Wow. Like, in other words,
Is that what you were hoping for, Rob?
He said Sales Clause. I don't like any of your options. So Chris, what is it then?
It's been an expected amount of flexibility from a platform that's been inflexible in that department.
Oh, geez.
So.
Holy shit. Okay. So here's what I'm going to say about it. I'm going to say this because it depends on that answer on who you are. If you had been for years a school or somebody that provided to schools and never provided to companies, or provided to churches and never provided to companies, and you could now change companies to schools or churches or whatever the thing that the organization, it was mind-blowing and fascinating. If you run a typical business where contacts, companies, deals, tickets, leads all make sense because you're using the vernacular that you've been taught, it wasn't a big deal. So it depends.
I feel like I'm not rushing people into changing their object names. And I have plenty of times complained about the way that George and Chris have renamed objects in portals that I work in with them. because I have been used to contacts, companies, deals, and so it
So you don't like
it has
accounts,
caused
humans, and opportunities when you're going to search for
I'm
stuff
just
live on
never
camera?
ready for it. I'm just never ready for it. But to George's point, I definitely think there are good use cases for it. I just think you need to think through the implications, including who is using your portal and who's going to get confused. Me.
Yeah.
Start with the humans.
Yeah. And also I would say that I wish there were some other flexibilities around it a little bit, maybe, but I do like the ability to change it based on need or mindset. I'll at least go that far. Listen, this is one of the minimal things I think about as a consultant that somebody might have customized that's going to jack me up if I go in to do an audit. I can pretty quickly understand, oh, they renamed some stuff. I hover over CRM, I click it, and I'm like, yep, somebody's had a party up in here. What else has changed? That should be your first indicator. Like, what else have we done to the platform that might not be old school vanilla HubSpot that we were so used to when we came in as consultants?
Well spoken, George. Let's move on to April and June.
Where is Santa from?
I think it's like
from the North Pole. Don't you read literature?
I feel like it's Mrs. Doubtfire's cousin or some shit. I don't know.
The North Pole accent is just different than I remember.
It's like Australia and Boston had a baby, and then it's like Sales the Clause.
It's like an average of every Christmas movie ever.
Let's save that vitriol for some of the HubSpot product feature updates that we still have to cover. April and June, Q2. There was some pretty multi-account architecture, private beta, multi-account workflows. That could have been a big one. But most of the stuff happened with June product highlights. So here's a list. You have a timer, Chris? Oh, we don't need one. Dynamic dates and lists and workflows with enhanced token support. AI-powered lead scoring suggestions. Combined contact plus company lead scoring. Now available in Pro. Hashtag templates for social. Shopify product sync. Podcast CTA template. Multi-domain buyer intent dashboard. Historical intent signal backfill. Multiple intent profiles. Daily sales action digest. It's a morning email with prioritized actions. Mobile Copilot social quick replies. Some notable sunsets, email performance scatter plot, F in the chat, and contact list API extension. What do we think about the June list?
I miss the scatter plot. I used to love to talk about that little scatter plot like he was a child of my own, and how it would show you the things that you were doing great and the things that you weren't doing great, and therefore the things to do and the things not to do to make your email better. Sad day.
Casey?
I like the sales email notification, the daily one. I get it in some portals I work in sales motions on. When it first came out, I was kind of like meh on it. But now that I actually receive it, I am constantly opening it and like, oh, I have that meeting today. That's something I should look at. So I think it's nice.
Chris?
Historical intent signal backfill was a big one. I'm curious if it happened that early, but maybe it did. Yeah, lots of really good data coming into HubSpot now, and it just takes people sitting down to look at it and see what they want to do about it.
It seems that a lot of their feature updates were pushed around SKO, partner system kickoff and inbound. So twice a year, big, huge improvements. Is this a good mechanism or cadence for them moving forward? Or would you prefer a more palatable list of improvements at a more frequent cadence, like monthly? Let's debate.
Don't forget about Spring Spotlight.
Good.
Oh, I did forget about Spring Spotlight. Thank you, Christopher.
Yeah.
This is a challenge.
HubSpot updates. I swear to God.
Get used to the pace. Yeah.
I mean,
get used to it.
Something has to happen, and we've talked about this kind of before, but like, either I don't need to know about all of the quality of life ones that could just happen because they're awesome, and I need to know about the major ones that like change the way that I'm going to actually have certain workflows, not the automated type, the actual getting GSD, getting stuff done. But I feel like it definitely could be less amount of updates, more important updates more often. But of course, you got to remember, this is coming from a guy and two other people on this call that look at updates every dang day. So what I'm wishing for and need may or may not be what the rest of the HubSpot ecosystem is looking for or needs. I don't know.
George is saying he wants a vacation. From
HubSpot updates?
Yeah.
Well, I read your comment, which is hilarious. Rob switching back and forth between Santa. So I'll switch back to give Chris some a shout out. Chris has mentioned before that, not mentioned, he has pointed out that the massive batch of updates particularly at inbound, are put on by HubSpot, who is running essentially a campaign of their own. So for the spring spotlight and inbound, that's part of the functionality as well, to get people that aren't as closely involved and as deep, quote unquote, in the trenches as you guys are, excited about what HubSpot is now developing and bringing to the table and some changes.
Yeah, I'm looking for the update that we talked about this morning. Here we
I
go.
don't think. Oh, sorry. I thought you meant on the list, and I was like, as someone that prepared the list yesterday, I don't think the update from this morning got included.
No,
No.
it's I'll just share my screen real quick because I
I mean,
think
you're
this
not
is
real
what.
time. Come on.
You know, the thing about lists, Chris, is you need to check them twice.
Oh God. Yep.
Why
there we
did we?
go. There.
It's right there.
We go. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right. Is this the right tab? I hope so.
I don't know. I see HubSpot updates, new permission announcements panel and user. Oh yeah, you did kind of lose your mind on this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I literally just asked Claude what the biggest update of the day was as I'm preparing the blog, and it just said this one, so it was right.
Yeah. Chris.
Yeah.
Chris made sure that Claude knew that this should be.
yeah, I think this is what we need from the team. Like, if they're not going to slow down on product, which they're not, and we don't necessarily want them to, if they're going to be a best-in-class AI-first platform, they need to get better at letting us know what's going on, right? And this update today is update notifications in the place where people work, right? And I think, Rob, you might know a thing or two about that. And I think this is a signal of what's to come. If it can happen here in the admin settings area, specific notification of updates related to that spot of HubSpot, I imagine it can happen anywhere else in HubSpot, right? And if we think about like the way this page is filtered, like all these apps, basically any one of these apps can now, one would think, receive a card like that, so that as you're working in HubSpot, you can be informed instead of having to go somewhere else to look for updates at the end of the week and then not do that.
And not have to rely on the various shows. Because Chris, I see when you are streaming and I see all your updates. I know when you've done bad or good. I just hope they're good, for goodness sake.
Are these from you, or are you using AI to help with these?
Oh, it's just Christmas magic.
Man, somebody's getting cool, that's for sure.
All right, let's talk about July. We've got Meta WhatsApp pricing change. Claude Connector launched, by the way, in the summer. Video caption management, product updates, feedback, list usage filtering, calculated properties, file deduplication, association limits increase, deal collaborators via workflows, Shopify revenue tracking. That was just apparently in July. I'm going to speed through the August ones. Sales workspace integration, lead scoring test of record, which helped improve transparency for score calculations. Today's insights card. Service close date automation, automatic close date updates for service records, campaign goals tracker, email health dashboard, send size preview, feels like a quality of life one, active lists and campaigns, historical property snapshots, streamlined landing page creation, domain activity CSV export. Feel free to stop me. Help desk views, customization, NPS and CSAT CRM cards, customizable pre-call messages, centralized commerce permissions, and dispute resolution flow. That's a lot of stuff in July and August, prepping for inbound in September. So which one of these, I'll ask George, boring updates from July, August, do you think had the biggest impact or will have the biggest impact long term?
God. I don't even know on that.
I can reread the list if it's helpful.
Oh my God, that was a long list. That was a long list.
I can help. I got George.
Yeah, help a brother out, because that was such a long list. I don't even remember the beginning of the list to the time that we got to the end of the list. To like
Phone a friend.
Yeah, I'm phoning a friend. I
Claude
need to make $1
Connector.
million. well, okay.
No?
Yeah. Okay. We'll go
I
with
mean,
that.
that one's pretty
We'll go.
good.
It's good. It's good. Yeah, we'll go with that.
It was at the beginning of the list, so I forgot about
Yeah.
it too when you guys
Yeah.
sent it.
See, and you have the list.
He
So you
sent
can
it.
look back at the list. Where did he send it? I didn't get a list. Am I on the naughty list? Because I didn't get a list. I don't see anywhere where there's a list. Oh, I bet you guys are talking about Slack.
Oh,
Steve.
yes.
Surprised you didn't pick a lead scoring test of record.
I mean, they
Yeah,
just,
seriously.
I know, but I do have my lead scoring shirt on today.
Hang on.
Queen
Now
of
that I
lead
can
scoring.
cheat like the rest of the class.
Yeah, I mean, that one is okay. Here's the thing with lead scoring test of record. That's one of those things where it was like a tool launched without like a feature it needed to be successful. And so I'm like, is that the biggest update on the list, or is it just bringing a tool up to where it needed to be the replacement? Respectfully.
See, Marketing Studio's a pretty dang big deal.
That's not till
That's in the thing. You said you said Claude Connector. It's literally in the same section as that. Oh, see, I shouldn't look at this document. I'm jacking it up. I'm out.
sorry. I don't know.
No, if I'm going to pick one, I think video caption management, which allowed for editing of video captions in social posts directly. There's been a ton of work done there, and that's probably a sleeper, just because it's still one of those things that people don't know they can do in HubSpot. But if they were to push their process into HubSpot, video caption management, especially in technical and manufacturing spaces, was one of the most annoying parts of going back and forth and trying to get any kind of video work done, because the technical aspects, and you got to download and re-upload and share it in random ways. Now you don't have to do that. So this is one of those things where you get your whole team in on the platform. Videos get a lot easier. And they've done so much more than that. I think they just recently brought the whole editing tool. Like, you do it all in social now.
Did you find your way in the document, George?
I think so. I think I'm okay now. Yeah.
Well,
I need a stiff drink after this episode. I swear to God.
Or during it, I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
The Christmas party episode.
There's no better way to spread Christmas cheer than recapping HubSpot updates for all to hear on LinkedIn if they're tuned in. Let's look at inbound. The vision, 200 plus product updates with a 3-pillar blueprint for hybrid human AI teams. I know that's Chris and George's favorite. Number 1, connect your data hubs and smart CRM. 2, enable your people, embedded AI everywhere. 3, build your AI team with Breeze agents plus Studio plus Marketplace. Data Hub launches to replace Ops Hub, Data Studio, Data Quality Command Center, Data Sync. And then we have, what's this? The Smart CRM transformation, flexible CRM views, conversational and intent enrichment, smart insights, smart digest, and self-generating CRM data. Want me to keep going? Breeze ecosystem explosion. There was Breeze Studio, Breeze Marketplace, tons of agents, I think 18 or 19. Custom assistants. 20 plus new Breeze agents. Thanks, document. Data agent, customer agent, prospecting agent, knowledge base agent, content, social, blog research, and closing agent for CPQ, and more. And of course, we had the LLM integrations, Claude, ChatGPT, Deep Research Connector, and Gemini Connector beta after inbound. And everyone's favorite, the Loop Marketing Playbook, new growth framework replacing the funnel flywheel. Emphasis on replacing, so I can make Chris's naughty list. 4 stages: express, tailor, amplify, and evolve. It's designed for AI educated buyers, and Marketing Hub interface rebuilt around this framework. I'm going to pause before I'm removed from this live stream for some feedback from our esteemed panel of experts.
Do you want me
That
to
was
pick one?
inbound.
Do you want me to pick one once the...
I mean, if we got any AI educated buyers out there, please point me in their direction. On my screen, you're pointing off of the laptop, so that makes sense.
That's where they are. Nowhere.
The agents, I think, were a really interesting addition to HubSpot portals. I think that's the thing since inbound that I've personally used the most. The update from inbound that I've personally used the most have been the agents. However, to George's prior point, Marketing Hub, the marketing studio, is also very cool. I actually was just poking around it today. I haven't done a whole lot of poking around the marketing studio since it launched at inbound. But people were just telling me today that they find it works best with new campaigns. If you're trying to make existing campaigns fit into Marketing Studio, it's a little, you're basically adding an unnecessary step at that point, I think.
George?
The update of the year is in this list. No pressure.
Well, no, first of all, I can't leave Casey's last statement because it kind of broke my brain a little bit, because I don't know if I'd call it an unnecessary step unless you're not going back and actually optimizing your historical campaigns and you're just setting campaigns and leaving them. Or if you don't need any internal documentation with the notes feature that you can literally put like the little notes around the thing so there's context for other humans. So like, I don't know where this came from and I'm not trying to throw any shade, but if you don't care about humans and giving them context and you're not updating your campaign for the following year, then sure, it's great for new campaigns. But if you're doing those two things, I'm not trying to start a war here, and I'm not trying to get coal in my stocking. I'm just saying your statement led my brain to this area of like, no, I don't know.
Well, Sales of Claus has been trying to start a fight this entire show. So I will say,
go ahead.
The humans that I was talking to, I think where they were coming from was just saying that like they were having trouble getting their teams to document historic campaigns in Marketing Hub versus they were having less trouble getting their humans to build new campaigns in Marketing Hub. Like that just felt like a more natural movement to the humans.
Okay.
I'm going to say human enough times that you have to agree with me.
She is playing on the word. Listen, I don't know how many Starbucks gift cards I'll get out of this, but I've got to say the ultimate winner is the Loop Marketing Playbook. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. The Loop Marketing Playbook was the number one. Okay. That's my play on that.
Great choice, George.
I'll let you know if I get Starbucks gift cards for saying that on the show or not.
Oh, wow. Okay. Fair though.
Chris wants his favorite, right?
Yeah, Chris, what's your favorite?
My favorite updates, which I think is the update of the year.
Yeah.
Flexible CRM views.
Oh, yeah.
Those are dope.
Those are you're right. You're right. I actually use those more than the agents.
Yeah. Well, it's never been easier, at least in my experience, to get non-HubSpot people to come into HubSpot and make it easier for them to understand what's going on by showing them a calendar view.
Yes.
And probably that one, like by itself, I don't know, maybe I'm just, everybody's got calendars and they're keeping track of stuff. And if you can show them one of their objects in a calendar view, it's like they immediately start to get what's possible. But we've also got reporting views that can be done in there now. And of course, Gantt chart views, which kind of blew my mind when they dropped that with the project object.
Can I be honest with how shocked I am right now? The fact that it didn't have something to do with orders
I thought
is
e-commerce
mind blowing. Like
CPQ.
I thought Chris for sure would be like orders or CPQ. But of the year, this is the hill that you're standing on.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you've caught me at a time where I'm enjoying being able to reach non-HubSpot people in a way that I have not seen others be able to do so through unified views.
You did mention the unified views last Friday.
Yes. And
not that I was here.
Views means
you see everything.
You're always watching.
You always watch.
Of course. Yeah. No, when you say unified, they literally like everything in their life. In a lot of cases, it's like Google Calendar running the schedule of the business if we're running events. And, if we're bringing that data into HubSpot, it's one thing. But if we can't show it in the calendar view, then it's like really hard to grasp. Like, why are we even doing this? Why do we need to bring this data in HubSpot? So it's been very powerful to go from, like a database, which looks like spreadsheets, to a visual, consumable view of information. So maps, I forgot about maps too. Maps.
Maps are dope.
We looked at, we discussed kind of the shock and awe factor and the loop debate we've briefly had. I don't know if this is the right season to bring that one back up and trigger Chris or George. But what about Data Hub replacing Ops Hub? What are we feeling about this? Overblown, yet to be determined, super important, blip on the roadmap? What are we feeling?
I mean, I'll God.
Let's start with George.
I'm gonna get hate mail. Maybe am I in a naughty mood instead of a nice mood? I don't know.
I was like, I want someone else to answer this one. I don't want to answer.
So listen, let's be honest. If we look back, there is a truth of all truths, and that is HubSpot likes to rename things. I remember when there was a tool in HubSpot called Sidekick. Just saying, by the way, we are Sidekick Strategies, but there was a tool in HubSpot called Sidekick. I remember when it was a COS and not a CMS. I can keep going, but I won't. HubSpot likes to rename things. And so did it shock me that we went from Ops Hub to Data Hub? No. Do I think that just renaming it is huge? No. Do I think that the mindset around naming it and the features that might come from it and the perspective of the people building it, that data means a whole lot more than just operations means a lot in the future? Yes. But I go back to the truth of all truths. It might be called something else next year. We just don't know. We'll see.
Renaming things is a little bit tricky. Let's move to October before George loses a sprocket. October, Breeze and Automation segment preview. See real-time contact counts before saving. Redesigned automation overview. Enhanced segment filtering. Breeze voice commands, one of Chris's favorites. Help desk and service, customer portal, timestamps, customer success task queues, temporary away status. I'll need that on Christmas. Customizable search results, spam view options, platform and governance, event-based workflow support with new requires object flag. Custom actions can run without enrolled objects, target object selector in workflows. Post inbound. What of these features or updates or quality of life improvements really stuck out? Don't all answer at once now.
I think so. There's two that jump to the top of my mind. One, selfishly. Second one, been able to use it for clients. Selfish one for me is I love voice commands. By the way, last night I figured out if I use my iPad with Claude on my iPad, I can actually just use my iPad's default microphone thing to talk to Claude. And I'm like, oh, wait, I might just develop on my iPad for the rest of my life. But there's other ways that you can. Anyway, please don't send me emails or LinkedIn messages about the text-to-speech thing that you sell. But anyway, so selfishly, Breeze voice commands, I think, is dope. Client-wise, though, customizable search results is interesting, or anything around search in HubSpot is like, I remember the day when you couldn't say, hey, I want these 3 properties to be the searchable properties inside of HubSpot. I know that's a little outside of what we're talking about, but like anything around search should always be a great mention. Because there are many of us that are putting thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of records into the CRM, and search has to be dope.
Mine is the enhanced segment filtering. I kind of came out at inbound, but I think it might have like gone live in October. I'm not sure. But that one, the way that you can filter segments previously known as lists is much more intuitive and much more flexible now than it was before. Speaking of previously known as, Sales Clause, back to you.
Chris, you want to weigh in here?
I like the redesigned automation overview. There's a lot of that stuff happening in HubSpot right now to make it easier for your team to manage what they need to manage without doing 10 clicks, having 10 tabs open. And that's been a good example from somebody that's not usually doing workflow stuff. I know a lot of people were excited about that, just creating more visibility everywhere in HubSpot without having to go all over HubSpot to see it.
I was thinking, Chris, known for spending a lot of time in the automation tools.
Oh, hours.
Well
Hours.
said, Chris. Well said. Well, let's move on to the next month. One of my least favorite, No Slay November. But HubSpot did announce a bunch of cool stuff here around customer agents. Sure. Customer agent
what is
evolution.
No, man.
Customer agent evolution. Two times smarter, explicitly announced intelligence upgrade. You can now view and edit contact properties directly in CRM. AI recommended short answers for knowledge gaps, customer agent prompt recommendations, and some key updates to deployment and control, like working hours, deployed through workflows and chat flows, assigned to calling channels, test on email before going live, temporarily pause functionality. Availability, this was rolled out to all Pro Enterprise customers. In fact, check me on that one for all of these features, but we'll get to that. Credits model, about $1 per conversation or 100 credits. Performance, resolving 50 to 80% of support tickets with a 40% reduction in close time. What do we think about the agent evolution, specifically the customer agent evolution?
It's getting there. It's getting there. My buddy Zach has been doing some really fun stuff, playing with the calling features. You can add it to a calling channel now, so it can answer for you. And I was testing it with him the other day, and it was damn good. It answered some pretty ambiguous questions in a very unambiguous way about the business. And yeah, it's among other things, like the ability to change data in the CRM too is huge. So in the days where you used to have to build portals, right, to be able to do stuff like that, now you might not have to, where there's just an agent there. It asks for email, authenticates you, and now you can start seeing your data.
So 2 days ago, 3 days ago, sometime this week, I got to play with the expression feature that has been released in beta for the customer agent. To a agent that we have been really trying to get right and deploy for a client. And I spent some time doing some custom instructions, aka expression, for these up to 1,300 character fillable boxes, and sent it to the client. And the client basically had a oh crap moment, because the difference in which the way it was acting and talking pre-expression and post-expression update was night and day, to the point at the end of the email he said, and I think we could probably just launch this thing. So like, I've always kind of felt like that was a missing piece with all of the things of like, yeah, you can go out and grab stuff from APIs. And like Chris said, you calls and all that, but really being able to like fine tooth comb, hone it in, like, man, the expression feature, which I always just want to call custom instructions for customer agent, makes this thing, if you know how to create proper custom instructions for agents, it makes the agent where it might be unstoppable for whatever you're trying to do. Because literally we have this talking in two different directions to two different types of personas, like a purchasing persona and like a we want to hire you persona, and can figure out which one it is and then start to talk in either direction. Like it's
That's huge.
it's getting there.
I was able to use this as well for some custom instructions to the elves. I called it polar expressions.
Oh God, help me.
Let's move on to CRM fundamentals update from November.
Yeah, we only have 9 minutes. We haven't
my
even made it to your
God.
favorite month.
Well,
That's what we're about to go
last.
to, right? Isn't it December? Or no, we still have a whole.
No,
Yo, Santa, do it 1.5 style, yo. Let's go.
CRM fundamentals, projects enhancement, CPQ and commerce, marketing and content, sandbox and deployment, prospecting and intent, help desk evolution, data connections and integrations, developer updates. Seems like there was more stuff released in November than there was at Inbound. So I'm going to let you read through and pick your favorite from the November deep dive. Based on the prompt from Casey and Claude, the ROI calculator, leads objects, mobile moments, and sandbox were some of the highlights. I did skip almost everything and just read the categories of improvements and feature updates. Do we have something from the end of the year? I'll suffice it to say that we were excited about before we reach December.
The sandbox, right? No, that's not what you were going to say, but that's what I'll say. Sandbox.
This is where it gets real with CPQ and commerce, I think. So in that section, quote custom properties, customize sections, headers, summaries, capture buyer details. Buyers can interact with your quote to adjust their own information. That's huge. Product bundles, create quotes from deal index, branded email templates. There's a bunch of line item stuff going with this. That team has been busting out some updates over the past 6 to 8 weeks. And it's really exciting right now because it's serving a really big project that we're working on. And it's just really powerful. Line items being associated to custom objects is another big one that just happened.
Casey?
I still like sandboxes. Looking through the list, it's kind of interesting because a lot of stuff, like Chris, you just mentioned that the CPQ became like way more powerful in November. Scanning these, like I think so much of the stuff announced at Inbound, it's interesting because by November, that's when we start getting the updates that make them really more helpful, and even projects like Projects API and task cards and things like that start coming coming into the platform in a way that like, I mean, and inbound's supposed to be this big splash, but I feel like in November is when you started to be able to swim in the water. I don't know. There's an analogy somewhere in there.
Yeah. So I'm going to list one that came out like a bull and then they pulled the reins and brought it back in. But I think it's still very valuable and I can't wait to see it come back out like a bull. And that is the AEO grader, or as it's now called, AI discovery. And also, I just kind of realized in my own portal what used to be SEO on a link now is search strategy. And there's a beta tab in my portal. But this idea of being able to view topics and then drill down into these topics to the point where you can actually get and see, like, if the topic is marketing, then here are all the pages and the fit score for the associated content of that topic to be found in AEO, SEO, that kind of stuff. So, like, again, if you have it in your portal because you signed up for the beta, you should definitely go check it out and mess around with it a little bit. But I can't wait till that's a full blown, like when that grows up to be an adult. Very nice. Very nice.
AEO, SEO, ho, ho, ho. What do we got next, Chris?
God.
Did we do December? Is it December?
We didn't. Let's move to December. So let's go ahead and see platform updates. Orders and carts object limits expanded. Association limits remain at 250K per object type. Conversational view and contact records, early access. Chat style message history for SMS. Sender ID visibility configuration by HubSpot admin. RCS messaging and workflows. And some infrastructure changes or updates. Property validation enforcement. Platform lifecycle management schedule published. User level permissions for AI connectors on Marketplace. Documentation enhancements like required scopes, object definition, searchable change log. And some upcoming sunsets. Clearbit logos API, contact list V1 API next year. Actually, the Clearbit one seems to have already taken place. Thoughts on these? Not as extensive a list as November.
Well, it's halfway through.
Oh, well, yeah, about halfway. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, around it. I don't know. These are weird things that I called out.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I'll say, Chris, at least orders and carts objects limits expanded was nice.
Yeah. And actually, like, orders, invoices, carts, line items all have grown in their ability to associate with other objects.
I will.
And
yeah. Shut up,
go ahead.
George.
Go ahead.
So, well, I was reading one, and actually, it excites me because historically, I haven't been able to say this, and I don't even remember us talking about this. But conversational view in contact record for SMS, chat style message history, I think is, and there is an early access around that, so that's actually huge. I've had like multiple people ask if it has that ability versus it just being more of like a marketing SMS feature. Actually, that's where I'm gonna plant my stake on conversational style SMS on contact records.
I'm worried Claude lost the thread.
Uh-oh.
I think so too. How do we want to wrap sales clause?
We should say HubSpot build that feature that I just said I was going to plant my flag on.
Yes, let's do that. HubSpot, build that feature for George. He's been a good boy this year. Chris, do you want to show the video that I may or may not have sent to you from somewhere?
From Mr. Rob?
Stop. What is happening now?
We can wrap on this.
I can't take anymore.
I told George last week that I had something that I...
Oh, boy. Here we go.
All right. Getting there.
I'm buckling
so
in.
scared.
I know. I'm buckling in.
It's not very long. Don't worry. It's about 30 seconds. He spent 10 plus years creating free educational content, helping thousands of people learn HubSpot, matching his hats and hoodies together, and most recently building an AI clone of himself, trained on 16 million words of his content so he can help people 24/7 in 56 different languages, all while being genuinely kind to everyone. Nice list, MVP, George. You get eternal respect from the sales community and probably heaven.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for making the nice list, George. Thank you to our viewer. And I've been Sales Claus, your special guest host. Thanks for tuning in to the HubSpot Help Line. Enjoy time with your families, and we'll see you in 2026.
Hello, you've reached the HubSpot Help Line. Helpline.
It's Rob, it's George, it's Casey, and Kyle. Come with a problem and leave with a smile. Every Friday at 3, come and join us as we help you with HubSpot. Open up your LinkedIn, just make sure you call in and leave a voicemail about HubSpot. Make your Friday divine with the HubSpot Help Line.